couple of reasons why we wanted to leave early was, first of all, we wanted to try to get into Israel and start our program as we could. So we minimized the number of things that was up around 7:30 or so. And so we were trying to get out of town before the...
Southeast is Philadelphia, where we are. And distance between one city and another is about 27 miles, one day travel. Now to the west of the range of mountains where we are heading today, before we get... Look on the right hand side, that's the river. On the right. And this water of this river, it used to run all the way down toward the west till it's connected with what? With the River Jordan in the west. But Edom, the Amorites,
We're going to go up to Mount Carmel and eat at a wonderful restaurant up there. We'll explain that to you when we get a little bit closer. And then we'll eat at Mount Carmel. Midianites were encamped at the foot of the hill of Moreh over here to the right. And so we're going to be talking much more about that. I only mentioned that to say
that was called from the land of Mesopotamia, from Ur, that is in Iraq.
Nazareth.
And this man, he left his wealth, he left his family, came back to the land of Canaan. And you know the story of Jericho that we're going to visit. When we leave Galilee on Saturday, we're going to visit Jericho.
Where they have it dug in?
You know, the Jews or the Israelites, they start to organize themselves in a better way in the walls. And here we have one that has a rolling stone to remind you that how Jesus was buried in a tomb, and they closed the tomb with a rolling stone. Here to your right. Look here to your right. These ancient tombs, guys, and you're gonna come back on this road that you can see.
Oh, see it.
See how you see the Bible in different way.
Near the top of Mount Carmel area.
So you have the soft drinks in the fridge that you can.
Take a video of the place.
You're the one that had to raise your cell phone.
She said, Jacob 60.
Mount Hermon.
Okay, folks, welcome to Israel.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the places that we go to, but this is one of the places where Gus knows that I like to speak, and so when we got off the bus, he says, "It's all yours, brother," and he just spread out here before you. These hills that you see over here are the hills of Lower Galilee. The buildings on top of these hills right here, right in front of me, is modern-day Nazareth. Now, of course, coming around here, the little mountain back in the very, very back that's kind of pointed, that is Mount Tabor. It's mentioned a number of times in 60 miles in that direction. And then, of course, if you look out this way, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the clearest I have ever seen it in this direction of all the times I've been up here. But you can actually see the Mediterranean Sea right there.
Yeah.
So Caesarea. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, I can see part of the ocean right over there.
Many kids.
Lots of cats.
Hey, Kevin. I don't have any food. Okay. No.
Two. Whispers hat water.
Megiddo.
Okay, so we're gonna. A lot of things are hidden. That means what we revealed so far maybe is a third of what's still hidden. And a digging season is 8 weeks at a time. They do not do the whole year digging. 500 meat doesn't mean that 500 in basic religion, they do offering. They use some now, they offer some sacrifices. We're coming in a few days to a Muslim sacrifice. Eid al-Adha they call it. They do that. But you see the difference between the sides of the gate. We have chambers, like rooms for the guards, and there is a construction beam that was left there to show you what above it being added by archaeologists, what is below it being found as it is. These beams, and we have the chambers, towers where people they can sit. Imagine a city that sits on a hill was surrounded with a wall, and the wall, the city wall, has a gate for people to come in and out. And here we're entering the city 1600 years before Christ, and the moment that you step in the gate, here you see the gate similar to the one that we just went through. Chambers on the side. This gate was closed with a big wooden beam, wooden door. Okay, it could be used metal as well in between. And imagine the height. You can add another maybe 5-6 feet on top of this one. Maps and a bit of what we found, what they saw. Together.
Great.
Can you squeeze all together here, please?
Amman.
Now, on a rich family, you should have something like this. This is carved in bedrock, and this is supposed to be for the entire family and the farm of Yeshua. And why we say so? Because of the things that were found, first of all. Secondly, because the village is close by. 10 minutes of one. Here we work together, Messianic Jews like myself, or Arab Christians, or volunteers from all over the world that are coming to help us. As it was in the 1st century, this is why it looks like an old building. And it's also it's cooler inside than outside. Maybe you could realize this. So it was the same process, but now the oil would be so dirty, actually blackish. So you cannot give to God, you cannot use for you. Now you are lighting only the oil lamps in your house. Okay, so this is how to hear the reading of the Bible. In those times, all the books of the Bible were
Down back to the Sea of Galilee. If you have a chance to see another things on the way, we'll do that. So tomorrow we'll be in the upper Galilee, the northern border, the Lebanese and the Syrian border. And here is the sign to your right that says sea level, 1 o'clock direction.